This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast.
Betsy.
Marcy.
I'm very excited about our guest today.
Me too.
We have both been on his podcast, which is
Yes.
so funny. I think it was voted one of the 2020 best comedy podcasts.
I don't know.
I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah.
We've both been on it. We had so much fun. He
Such
is
a blast.
so funny. He's a writer and performer. You've seen him in Cook County Social Club, improvised Shakespeare. Very impressive. Very.
That is so impressive.
Iambic pentameter.
You can't even say the thing that and then say more.
And then, like I said, he co-hosts one of the funniest podcasts called Mega. We have Greg Hess.
Hey, what's up, everybody? And I will tell you, it's rarely iambic pentameter. It's usually quadrameter, which is basically Dr. Seuss style talking. So yeah, don't be too impressed.
Still, though.
Still, even just what you said, I'm like, whoa, man. All right.
It's so nice to see y'all. Thanks for having me.
It's good to see you.
We're so pumped. Because when I did Mega, which, let's talk about Mega. Okay, when I did Mega, you immediately were like, I think I've seen a ghost now. And I was like, you gotta come on. But before we get to it, wait, let's talk about Mega just a little bit.
So fun.
Well, Mega is an improvised podcast inside a fictional mega church. And we've been doing it for a couple years now. And every week we have a guest comedian come on and play a character within the church. Someone that works there or goes there. I think, let's see, Marcy, yours was, we'd still talk about this one as an example of we loved how it started in one place and ended up in this totally different place, which was you were someone that worked in the baby nursery, right?
Yes.
You were like in the crying room.
In the crying room, yes.
And then it also turned out that you were a sort of vigilante internet searcher looking for human trafficking situations by just looking at Google searches.
Yes.
And it was so funny. And then, and Betsy's was you were on the cleaning staff, but only worked on dust at the church.
I only dusted. Yep. It was so
you were
fun.
a dust expert, of course, called Dust to Dust. And that was also really great. We realized there were different kinds of dust. And one was like Gene dust is called Just. Like heavy dust is called Hust. Like white dust is called cocaine. It was really good.
It was good. It's such a fun pod.
Yeah, we loved having y'all. It was great. Nice to improvise with folks.
It was the first improv I've done in so long. I also remember there was a runner of that maybe I had an injury from having sex with a horse.
Yes. And it was so subtle. And you were just like, we kept bringing it back around. And you, like, every time we came back to it, it was like pretty clear that you had sex with a horse at one point. But we were just like, what? Just to continue to act like everything was fine and that we didn't want to ask a follow-up question about it.
That was one of those moments because I hadn't done improv in so long that I was like, my brain works without me, because I didn't do that intentionally. I just realized what I was saying as it was coming out of my mouth, and I was like, oh, she a horse fucker.
It was so funny. I love when we stumble into weird stuff like that, and then it's just like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go and follow that. This is very fun.
I also remember the first time we had the very briefest performance together at Cage Match.
Yes.
Where I think it was Cat ladies? Or no, was it Candace?
Like when we were in the jam at the end?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Were you there, Betsy? Because it was one of my 3 lady teams. So it was either me, you and Mary Holland, or me, Nicole,
Right.
and
I
Madeline.
can't remember because I've definitely have done cage match with Cook County.
Yes.
Yes. And I just remember I'd never met any of you. And me and one of your teammates just had a moment where we like looked at each other and immediately started kissing on stage. But
that was probably Brendan.
Okay.
He's a notorious kisser, and yes, that would probably be him. I think for years, it's funny, we laugh about this now and it seems cheap, but for some reason we always just would kiss on stage. If it was like, "Hi honey, I'm home," and we just like would kiss walking in. And now looking back, I'm like, I hope that people didn't ever think that we were just like, "Oh my gosh, 2 guys kissing."
Right.
But it always just felt so comfortable because we're so close. Like we even kiss each other like when we see each other. And I think it's like, we always laugh because I think improv in general, you don't really see people behave like they're couples or whatever. You stand there and say like, "I'm married" or whatever, but we do laugh because I think we did get pegged as, wow, those guys kiss each other a lot. But
I love that. I like kissing on stage. Too.
I'll say
It's
this:
very
anytime
fun.
Betsy or I are in a scene with Drew Tarver, we're kissing.
Oh,
Yes.
We're kissing him.
We're kissing and touching his butt.
he's got such a cute little face too. You gotta kiss that guy.
You gotta kiss that
Kiss
face.
Gotta.
Gotta.
Oh God, improv. Improv.
miss it.
The lodestone around our necks.
Well, let's jump in and
Yes.
talk about what we came here to talk about. So we're going to ask you, Greg, the question that we ask every guest, which is, what, if anything, do you believe about the paranormal?
Okay, so I have to tell you, I didn't really ever believe in the paranormal until this year, and I will even say until the last 6 months.
Yeah. Got you.
We love
Yes. The ghosts finally got me. So I don't know. I would say that I'm someone who, because I came from like a religious background and then I've sort of like worked my way out of that. I think I always had sort of a general distrust of the paranormal, and I just wanted things to be as they are.
Right.
And then, okay, so two things happened. And the first thing, I sent you pictures of the first thing, and they're in your email right now. So
Yes.
you can open it up.
Okay, so we can look at these pictures.
Okay.
I will
Okay.
also say that Betsy and I have a Catholic background, so we feel like we're indoctrinated early to believe that ghosts are around us, that there's a Holy Ghost, and I believe you have a more, what would you call your background? Your
Like Protestant, not super evangelical, but like Holly, my wife who does Mega with me, comes from a really evangelical background, and she's been on the podcast before, where it's like demons and things like that.
But I think if you focus on hell a little more than we do in Catholicism, because I don't think we really talk about it too much, but if hell's a factor in an everyday church sermon, then maybe you don't want there to be paranormal stuff.
Yeah, that
totally.
would be like, let's just keep it like it is, right?
and truly, I had never really had a paranormal experience at all. Like, I feel like I would put myself, I'm the type of person that would have said, yeah, let's go spend the night in the haunted house, and then come out the other side and be like, yeah, nothing happened, So
Right.
I feel like I never really even had the experience of being really spooked by something that I couldn't explain
Right.
until the last 6 months.
I'm looking at this picture you sent. Well, all 3 of them, but
Dude.
okay, you have to tell us about it, and then we will tell our listeners what we are looking at, and we will
I'm
post
looking
it to
too.
Instagram.
Okay, so right as pandemic 1 ended, and we had that brief few weeks of time where we thought that the pandemic 2 was just a distant dream. So Holly and I went on a quick vacation to the Bahamas. Now, we've gone down there for years and years to this sort of outer, very rural island called Abaco. Abaco only has a few thousand people on it. It's very rural. It's almost just like there's a house and a beach, and there's one restaurant 45 minutes away, and we just, hang out.
Awesome.
So a few friends went with us, and we went down, and we just, threw caution to the wind. We're vaccinated. We're ready to go. And
if you're on like an isolated place that it's the perfect COVID vacation.
Totally.
Right.
COVID wasn't on our radar. And I guess I'll add this detail. One thing that we did bring with us that wasn't COVID was some psychedelic mushrooms.
Yes.
Which if people are interested, are actually legal in the Bahamas more than anywhere else. So I was really worried bringing them in, but then I realized I would be more in trouble if I brought them into the United States. Anyway.
Whoa, they're legal. Okay.
So we had this one night where we ate some shrooms and we tripped, and it was super fun. And that night, Holly said, as we were coming down, she goes, I kept seeing this kind of green shape. And it was kind of like vagina shaped, I guess. She was like, and I would go through it at different points and it would just be there. And we were all like, right on, cool. So interesting, Holly. And that was fine. So the next day, we are sitting by the fire. And I walk up onto the deck of the house, and I look back at this scene, and I just pulled out my phone. I was like, oh, this is a cool picture of everybody sitting around the fire. And I snap a few pictures and stick my phone in my pocket. Now, the thing that shows up on this picture, it starts on one side of the yard, and then it moves toward Holly in the yard, and is basically hovering over Holly, is a blue-green orb, sort of basically like hoop, right? Like it looks like vagina shape. Now, if you zoom in on it, which is the craziest part, and I think I sent you the zoomed in, what do you all see in that? Doesn't it look like a face?
Oh, like there's a head on it, right?
Like there's a head on it. Yeah. There's sort of is this Bluebeard's ghost? I don't know. There's a weird face on it. And it looks like the Virgin Mary shape that you see, like when people talk about the like hooded blue.
Big time.
Yeah.
I'm zooming in to see like how much the people on the beach have moved. So it seems that it happened like within 30, 40 seconds, right? Or no?
Yeah, even shorter.
Okay.
And it's in front. It was cloudy that night. There were no stars, and it's in front of the palm trees. So it's like over the fire. And here's the other thing. No one saw it, but then Holly, as we're sitting out by the fire, she was getting really agitated and just was going like, I don't know. I just have to go inside. I just feel weird. And that's very much not like her. She's usually someone who is the last person to leave the party, never wants to go to sleep.
Right.
Let's stay up all night. And I was just like, oh, that's a really strange thing for her to do.
Yeah.
And then these pictures pop up the next day. So in my logical brain, I was like, okay, maybe it's lens flare. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that.
But
it's so specific.
Because the typical lens flare, because it happens a lot on an iPhone. I know exactly what you're talking about, but it doesn't look like this.
Yes.
Like the lens flare always looks a little more like circular and starburst.
Yeah. This is very defined shape. Now, here's the other crazy thing. When I showed Holly the pictures the next day, she's like, that's what I was seeing when I tripped.
Oh my God.
That's
so
crazy.
fucking wild.
Yes. So that's part one.
Do you think through doing shrooms, you unlocked something in your brain or body being like, okay.
Yeah. I think this is where I've landed with it, which is I think sort of psychedelics in general, you can just think of them as a filter. And when you open up the filter of the things that your brain is experiencing to sort of it's the same as maybe a butterfly can see 10 colors, or we can see 5 colors. A butterfly can see 10,000 colors. Maybe these things are always there, and just when we have the right, filter, basically, or open up our filter, we're able to experience them. That's where I've landed with it. But it definitely, I didn't really want to believe that.
Right. It's so wild because it's like cruising over to Holly. Like it's clearly just being like, hey,
I know.
Remember me? Here I am.
Do you have any guesses to what it could be?
Well, now, not to get too dark, but Abaco is an island that was hit very, very hard by the last hurricane, by Dorian. Many, many, many people died, and many deaths unaccounted for because, the communication was bad. The government kind of covered it up in terms of like they didn't want to lose all this tourism. So we have friends that live there and said it was apocalyptic after the hurricane, and it was, your coolers of, refrigerator trucks as they were just like taking bodies out of there. So part of me was, my brain instantly went to that, which was, wow, there's been sort of a big death event here. Maybe it's connected to that, but there was no, I don't know. We didn't ever get any feeling off of it, like good or bad or anything. It was more just like Holly was like, I kept seeing this thing, and then I took a photo of it.
That is so wild. That is so wild that that's what she saw the night before.
I know.
Because when you sent the picture initially, I was like, this is a UFO, no? But I guess in the sense that it's unidentified.
Right.
Yeah, maybe it is UFO. Maybe that's a better explanation. And then last night, maybe in preparation for this podcast, subconsciously, I just watched a bunch of UFO stuff.
Yes.
And then I basically have talked myself into all this stuff in the last 3 months where I'm like, UFOs, ghosts, they're all here. I did a hard switch.
Right in time to do the podcast. This is
I love that so much. I feel that happens to people of just like, no, I don't really believe in whatever. And then like, an event happens. And it's like, actually, maybe this shit does exist.
I mean,
totally.
This is very, very interesting stuff to catch, like on camera.
Yes.
And for Holly to feel it, and I don't know, like it is. I can't think of any words because
there's just
my
so
brain
much
isn't working. But yes, it's like evidentiary. It looks good.
I mean, you did say evidentiary, Marcy, so your brain is working better than mine.
It pulled that one out, but it couldn't think. It still is not. I want to say not conclusive, or I don't know. This is my brain not working, guys.
Well, here's another thing. So this happened, and then between this and what I'll call event number 2,
okay,
I will say that I have had more friends experience something supernatural in the last several months than I've never had friends that are like, I saw a ghost, I saw this. I'm telling you, as soon as I talked about this, and I've talked about this to a few friends, they've all been like, oh yeah, I've seen stuff. I've seen stuff this year.
Whoa.
And then then in my mind, it's like, well, have we opened a portal? Like, what is going on?
Right.
Because I had another friend, and here, this is the abbreviated story, but I told this friend who is the most sort of Midwest, down-to-earth, salt-of-the-earth guy that you would meet, and you would never think this guy is a ghost guy.
Yeah.
And after I told him this story, he goes, oh yeah, well, Allison and I, his wife, were in her place in Echo Park the other day, and she doesn't believe in ghosts, has never seen anything. I see them all the time. And he goes, she woke up, looked through the door of their kitchen, and saw a man walking around in Brent's shirt.
Oh!
And the dog was in there like doing its thing, wagging its tail. And she said Brent is asleep behind her, and she is frozen with fear. And she can't move, and all of a sudden Brent leaps out of bed from a dead sleep and starts yelling, "Get out! Get out!"
Oh, I got chills.
And he's opening the doors, all the doors and cabinets of the Echo Park place, because he's going, and he comes back in and he goes, "You saw it, right? It was wearing my shirt."
Oh,
and then,
my God.
Yes, and I'm talking to them, and she's a professor of classical music at a university, and he's like Mr. Down to Earth dude, like producer dude, and we're going, oh my, we're having the same reaction. And I was like, why were you opening the cabinets? And he said the guy ghost was going into the walls and into the cabinets, and he wouldn't leave. He goes, this place was so haunted, I had seen stuff over and over, and finally Allison saw the exact same thing. So
God.
So
What's
that
happening?
happened.
Okay.
I know. So portal opened. I hear this, then I've had other friends be like, oh yeah, this, this weird thing. And so I think I was on the alert for it.
Right.
So 2 weeks ago, Holly and I get asked to house sit for a friend who has a very nice house in this old part of LA called Hancock Park.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's very, very fancy.
Yeah.
All the old sort of like, you walk down the street and it's an Italian villa house. And then there's like one that looks like Graceland. And then there's one that looks like a Tudor.
It is the place like when you drive around where you're like, this is what I thought all of Los Angeles was going to be.
Right.
It's just an architectural smorgasbord, but everybody, everybody's got a walled garden.
Giant homes, too.
Huge.
Giant homes.
Yeah.
Huge.
So we had the like lovely privilege of house sitting for a weekend in this home. Now, they had told us before that they have seen things in this house, and it's filled with very old art, very like Catholic icons,
spooky.
Old paintings, like a lot of old stuff. Oldie old. And I think the house is 110 years old or something, so pretty old for LA.
Yeah.
So the people that have lived there have told us, oh, we've heard things, we've seen things, and I just am like, no, I'm still in that mode of I can't.
Right.
So when we get there, Holly had just listened to a podcast about if you go into a space that you think is haunted or has like energy or juju or whatever, that you should just go around the space, you should clap, and you should be like, everything, we're here, everything's good. Like, we mean, if you're good for us, great. If you're not, go away.
Yes.
I am upstairs. I'm here doing this, and I'm like, what in the hell have we become? Like, this is like what everybody... Talk about what you think of as LA people. I'm like,
right.
So now we're clapping at ghosts in a house.
Clap and say that you're here, and it's fine.
And it's fine.
That's
so
what we
funny.
do.
Also,
Yeah.
if you're the partner of that person and being like, I don't really believe this.
I wouldn't do it. I was like, I'm not going to do that. And I was like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm clapping at the ghost. I was like, I am not doing that. Because in my mind, I think about, like people I grew up with being like, yeah, I worked at the Hershey plant today and I like put new tires on my truck.
Oh,
and I'm going like,
they're not seeing chocolate covered ghosts? You're nuts.
And I'm just
ghosts.
like, yeah, y'all, I house sat a giant house in Hancock Park and clapped at ghosts. Like what are we talking about? What am I doing with my life?
I don't mean to derail this because I still want to hear what's happening, but I have to say that what happened to you where you had an experience and you've talked to people and you've heard more experiences and that's why you're feeling like there's a portal open. I believe that once you ask or show someone that you are open at all to the idea of ghosts, you hear so many more stories. So Mr. Hershey Plant has a story, I promise you.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, just calling you. Hope you're going to the high school reunion. Also, hey man, have you seen any ghosts at the Hershey Plant lately?
They'll either say I have or I haven't, but my mom had. Like it's always
totally.
Anyway. So I derailed.
Well, not a derail, because basically what happened was three separate times in different rooms. I went into a room, I would turn on a light, and then I would go back into the room and the lights would go like wom, 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 up, down, up, down.
Oh.
And so that happened twice in two different rooms, and I was over the course of a day. And then I thought, okay, whatever. It's old house, old electrical. I went into to pure justify mode. Then I'm walking up the staircase where there are two inset ceiling halogen lights. So I didn't turn them on, didn't touch them. And I'm thinking about these ghosts that they've seen, that they have claimed they saw a shadow descend this staircase. And then when they looked, there was no one there.
Oh, okay.
Classic.
So I'm walking up that staircase. I'm thinking of the shadow story, and I look up at one of the inset halogen lights, and one of them just goes and just turns off. And they're on the same switch.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it burned out. And I go, Holly, the light on the stairs went out. And she goes, the bulb may be burned out. And I said, yeah. I turned back around. It was back on. So 3 lights things.
Yes.
Then final icing on the cake was, and none of this is happening to Holly, by the by, because she went around and clippity clap.
That's what I was thinking. I was like there being like, hello, are you going to introduce yourself?
I know. Give us the applause, please.
They're just a bunch of ghost improvisers. They're just like, please, just clap.
You have to like laugh a bunch and clap after a really great callback before you enter a house.
All the improvisers that are dead and gone are in this house in Hancock Park, just dying for some applause. So then finally we're getting into bed. And she's in this bathroom, and I'm lying in bed reading. And as clear as day, from somewhere in between us in the room, we just heard like a like a voice that almost sounded as if you were to take a radio and tune it in to for a second to someone talking. And she snaps her head around the corner of the bathroom, and I go, "Did you say something?" She goes, "No." And we were both like, yeah, we both heard the same thing, truly within 15 feet. And also, this is Hancock Park. You're not hearing any neighbor noise out here. This is a big house with no neighbors. And, so then that was the moment where I really, really got the full-on goosebump, like something is going on.
And how nice that Holly heard that last thing too. So you're not just kind of like, what? Is it just me? Like,
yes.
Whoa.
And the weird thing is now I think the ghost was like, could we get a suggestion, please? Or, to start our improv.
Pineapple.
Now, did the owners of the house give you any sense of what they thought what was there, or the kind of like the vibe of whatever was in their home?
So they said that the vibe. So then I did bring this up with them, and I said these things happened, and the one of the people was like, "Oh yeah, I should have introduced you." And so I think they have a very simpatico relationship with whatever's going on there, because they've also, they've heard things, they've seen the shadow, and then at one point the guy saw someone sitting on the end of his bed, and he said hello, and then the guy the ghost just smiled at him and was gone.
Oh,
and so
that's spooky and very nice.
Yes. Yeah. So they don't feel like there's any bad juju or something there, but they definitely acknowledged it. And then the more I sort of pressed on them, the guy has seen ghosts for his entire life. He said, this is par for the course, and I've seen all manner of things since I was a little kid.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, yeah, we did bring it up, and they were like, yeah, and it is the nonchalant attitude about it too, where like I live in a condo building. Are there any ghosts? Like, I just don't think there are any ghosts. I mean, maybe in this particular building, but I've never had anything like that with where I live.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I was ready to get out of there. To be honest, like you said, Marcy, this is the type of place you imagine everybody living. I think I just wanted to go back to my apartment after it, because I was like, it's like too many rooms and
huge.
Just too many rooms.
Yeah.
There is like a thing where it's like, what do you do with that many rooms and that much space? Like, you gotta fill them up.
I know.
Well,
you do have to fill them up with
I
ghosts.
have 3 cats, so I could put a cat in each room, and then you have the cat's playroom outside of the cat's bedrooms.
And do you think your animal... Oh, this was the other thing. We brought our dog with us, Sister. And yeah, at one point, Sister walked into a room and just barked at this corner for like...
Sister saw.
Yeah, Sister saw it. And then she's a barker and a pain in the ass. So we were like, shut up, you always bark. And then we were like, wait, what was she barking at in that corner? Didn't really make sense.
Dude. So, yeah. Sister totally saw.
You needed to introduce the ghost to Sister.
I know.
Right.
Dogs, this is my golden doodle. I know I'm just like I'm just such a parody of myself. I have a giant poodle and I'm in Hancock Park. So
wow.
Yeah, so y'all, that's where it's landed for me. I think I'm still kind of processing it, to be honest, because I don't know if I'm the kind of guy that I never thought of myself as the guy that believed in ghosts, but I guess I am now.
Hey, it's like a car accident. You never think you're a car accident person until you have one, and you're like, I guess I didn't realize I could have a car accident, but then I just had one, and it was surreal and
And then
weird.
you start to have a bunch more. Well, I'm a car accident person, so I better do that.
Well,
And then I realized like I drink and drive all the time, and that's really like I probably should stop that.
It's got to be wild though to go from such a huge switch in your life.
Yeah.
What you believe in life and stuff.
Totally. It really is. And I actually have had this big switch even just recently where, and this is along the lines of that consciousness stuff. I listened to this podcast called Where Is My Mind? I don't really recommend it because it's like annoying. It's kind of annoying Radiolab where they purposefully have the producer like interjecting every 30 seconds with, wait a minute, I think we need to explain that. And you're just like, just tell me the information.
Yeah,
but the main, the main premise of it is that our consciousness is actually not inside out, it's outside in. So that our brains are essentially like more of an antenna than they are generating our experience. And they have all these different amazing stories and data actually of like near-death experience, how, people have fully fleshed out memories of like minutes after they've died, people going through the same experiences after death, psychedelic experiences, psychic experiences where, twins are able to feel things simultaneously and things like that.
Yeah.
And so I think this whole switch thinking of that as your brain as an antenna of your experience rather than everything is from inside my own mind and how I'm experiencing the world has changed me. Whoa. So maybe I do recommend the podcast, but it's not. Yeah.
I think as performers, I feel that so intensely that there is something when I'm on stage or performing with anyone at all that is happening outside of me, and I'm just sort of like the vessel for it.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think that's like at your best, you get into that sort of flow state where you're like, we were doing the same things at the same time. And not to sound all improv nerdy about it, but that's kind of the magic of it, right? When you really start to get comfortable with like jumping in the stream, as it were, and going with whatever happens.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's weird how maybe in my everyday life, I'm more of someone that I think maybe that's the good thing that improv taught me, which is maybe I'm someone that in my everyday life is like more structured and controlled and trying to like really be like, deliberate, and then in improv trying to let go of that stuff and be like, hey, and actually being okay with not knowing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so huge to be like, of just let go and be like, you have to just go with the flow.
Yeah. Pick up your feet
stage.
and float downstream.
Yeah.
That is the thing.
Yeah.
And especially when you do it with another person, when you're in that moment and you know that you're not driving the car that's going to have an accident, but you're
drinking.
It's happening to both of you at the same time. I can think of probably like a handful of moments on stage where what happened if there was magic, and I will take the credit, but I did not do it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, there has to be something. There has to be something to that. And then with the ghost stuff, I guess maybe it led me back to that thing of, well, of course, I like try to go back into my structure brain or explain brain, which is, well, maybe there isn't past, present, and future. Maybe everything is happening simultaneously. Like physics, there's a lot of like relativity stuff that could explain why I might hear a voice from 110 years ago, a dead improviser from 110 years ago in this house. So, maybe that's it.
And they studied at Second City, so they're like,
They're like, and now we'll do a scene about physics. So I think I try to go back into explaining it for myself, and maybe that's not the thing to do. Maybe it's just, hey, when these things happen, smile and play along, because there's no way to really explain it.
Well,
that I like that. I'm just kind of like, yep, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
absolutely. I also think the more that we share stories like this, we'll see patterns in them, and it might start to reveal itself as something that is more, I guess, tangible as like, oh, this is what this is. I think the confusing part for us, because we are humans living in a society that has kind of very strict rules, is that we maybe can't conceptualize all that stuff that might be more connected. If you would say 400 years ago, the idea of electricity, that not only does it create light, it can also warm your food. It can also, make an image of you and put it somewhere else. Like all the things that were like, I don't know that you would be able to understand all the things that it can do, because it does everything for us.
Right.
Yeah.
But, and similarly, that we don't know what's out there, and why you can hear a voice, you can have a light turn on, you can see a weird vagina orb in the sky, and maybe it's all part of the same thing.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this a ton too, and I don't know if y'all have been feeling this, but I think especially with the pandemic, I get the sense that time is speeding up in a way that almost feels like, yes, we've been having this like year and a half or two of these weird, like long nothing happening, but you feel like a compounding speeding up of time. I do, where it just feels like, wow, all these mass events are like, feel very cataclysmic, and one leads to the next, and it kind of feels like you're on this conveyor belt. And then I started going down a rabbit hole of like, well, there's a really interesting Terrence McKenna. I don't know if you've ever talked about psychedelic stuff, but like Terrence McKenna, do you know him?
No.
I feel I've heard the name.
He was like an ethnobotanist, like really interesting thinker. He died in the 90s, but he talk about like matrix talking and stuff. He really put forth the idea of, look, we're at a stage in our evolution where we're about to jump into our technology, and that's never happened before.
Right.
So we're like, this will happen in our lifetimes. If it hasn't really already happened, you can't even imagine going to the store without your cell phone. We're so like linked to this thing now.
Yep.
Like this soon will be like one and the same. We'll have many of these capabilities like within us, or able to wear them or whatever. And sometimes I think, oh, is this all part of a simulation where, by the time we like jump into our technology and we've become, disembodied, like we'll not have the need for a body. Maybe that's what it is. Like maybe we're actually experiencing like disembodiment of like technology or something when we see these like ghosts, or maybe it's not past, present, future. Maybe it's something about like where we're headed that we're seeing. I don't know.
Whoa.
That's
cool.
That's scary. That's more scary, I think, than just ghosts to me.
I know. I have a real fear of it too. And I'm trying to learn more about things like AI and all that, because I'm really like, I don't want that stuff.
No.
It makes me want to go like move to a farm in Vermont and have a plot of cabbage that I hoe every day and just wait to die, because I really don't want to become an android.
Yeah. Well,
it's so scary.
And I think the one thing, and maybe it's just like me being a little spiritual, whatever, but I think the one thing that we're here on Earth to do is to live in a body. Like that's what I truly do believe.
It feels like.
It seems like that's a big part of it. So I feel like to make other beings have bodies but not souls or whatever, just begging for trouble.
I know.
Begging for a walk-in to get into a robot, like...
Dude, and then kill everybody.
We'll get some gin.
Betsy always goes for the robots killing everybody.
I mean,
it's happening. It's going to happen,
I have a feeling
man.
they're just going to make us work in like an Amazon warehouse. It's not even going to be that bad. It's like all of us are just going to be sort of like low-paid employees
This is what we
of
do.
the AI.
Yeah.
It's just going to flip.
I think they're yanking your gym shorts down.
I got bullied by an AI on my way to class. It's just like your kids are going to have so much other things to deal with. It's like, yeah, this disembodied AI shanked me as I like went into the locker room.
Yeah, I don't co-sign murder bots. I'm not into it.
So yeah, maybe it's just Ghost in the Machine kind of stuff where we really are just maybe we're hearing echoes of what's to come.
I've never thought of that. And that is so cool and spooky and like just fascinating.
Yeah.
Because what if it is like...
Now, do you... how do I pose this? Do you think it is what's to come later in the timeline of the evolution of man? Or is it individually what's to come later in your form of life?
Oh.
I think it's probably what's to come in our evolution is my like armchair quarterback bad guess. Just because I think we are reaching a point where if you even think about, like you said, Marcy, about electricity, say 100 years ago was this like truly this marvel.
Right.
And we think about now it's just everywhere. I think 100 years from now, like who knows, we might be able to wear something that shows us infrared or shows us x-rays or shows us like shows us things that the butterflies see. You know what I mean? So like now what does that mean? Can I walk around and see the ghosts just because I'm wearing my like ghost glass?
It will only happen if someone thinks they can put a ghost to work.
Oh, the capitalist mindset.
Yeah.
If we can make the ghosts make money, then we'll monetize them.
Absolutely.
Truly.
I think that is the only thing that drives anyone in society right now when we're in the middle of a global pandemic and we have a bunch of different vaccines and no one's getting on the same page about how, like, what if they're like, well, because we're just going to be proprietary, so we got to like make our own vaccine. It's like, everyone's going to die. We have to, and we're not working together. So there's no way I will ever believe that something is happening, that a corporation or anybody is making something for us for the good of humanity.
For the good of humanity.
I don't think it happens anymore. And even if someone starts to do it, someone will figure out a way to monetize it.
Yes.
Yep.
And it could be both, right? Like this is what the conversation I have with all my anti-vax people in my extended life, which are like, they're all like, yeah, it's Bill Gates and it's this and it's just these pharmaceutical companies making money. I was like, well, yeah, it could also be both. Like Ford makes cars that work great and they make a lot of money, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not that they're making a fake, like if they're making a lot of money at the vaccine, that's neither here nor there as to whether the vaccine works or not. Yes. So I do think that, yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, I think monetizing the ghost is the way to go, I guess is what I'm saying.
It's just like Twitter. It's like it started off free and then all of a sudden you're like, why do we have promoted tweets? This is stupid.
Yeah.
And maybe we should make TikTok vax houses where like, you have the like Moderna house, you have the, and you get one of these Hollywood Hills houses and they're all like vaxing each other and like jumping in the pool or vaxing each other and slam dunking in a basketball.
I just think if we share the information, we could probably come up with an even better one.
Yeah.
You would think.
I think we need a round table, guys. Everyone jump on Zoom at 3.
Yeah, we've been doing it. You can.
Nobody wants to compare notes now. They're like, look, we could have come up with a better vaccine, but we're so tired of Zoom that we're just like not going to talk to each other.
They're experiencing burnout too. I get it.
Yes.
Zoom is ruining everything. Zoom is the killer bot, man.
Zoom. Think about how fast that happened, where a year and a half ago, we couldn't imagine doing all our life on this 2-dimensional Zoom thing. And now it's as normal as anything. Right. That's how fast we've just decided this is normal.
I mean, I live alone, so most of my interactions are through the phone or computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say almost all of them for the past year and a half.
Right.
Yeah. And what do you think about that? Marcy, like, is that like really, has it felt normal eventually, or do you feel like actually that it's changed how you are even around people in real life?
Well, I've noticed, I've also the whole time been continuing my medication for depression and anxiety, and also going to therapy. So I've noticed the thing I've noticed most that translate offline is when I do run into people, they're acting fucking weird, especially people who haven't already dealt with mental issues depression, anxiety. If they aren't used to it, or even people who are super duper social, they're out of practice, they're acting weird, they're fidgety, totally. They're fucking freaks. And I feel like because I'm very comfortable being alone, this is almost the scratch to my itch where I'm like, I kind of could be alone for months and months on end and I think I'd be okay.
Yeah.
Because I have a very active, I feel like I have a pretty active imaginary life. I just sit around, think about all the weird stuff that could happen. So for me, it's been enough almost, where in a way that concerns me that I don't need more outside stimulus. And maybe that's just how I'm internalizing my mental issues or whatever. But I do feel like I have a superpower when I go out around people that I'm like, I feel much calmer than most people are giving me that energy.
I definitely relate to the socially out of practice where I feel like, I'll do a podcast or like this is so easy, and then I'll go and I'll see someone and I'm like, so what about weather? It's just like you don't even remember how to small talk.
This time last year, weird. That's where I was though. I was like, I remember seeing Drew Tarver again in person, and I was like, and I just was like freaking out. But I just really eased into my bear life where I'm hibernating, just storing up food, waiting for whatever's on the other side.
Store up food and wait for the. Now I'm worried that like if you just like tilted your Zoom to the other side of the room, you've got like tons of cans and like you're like have turned into the perfect prepper. It's like, and this is my rifle. It's got that's just in case
that's actually
really go
not
sideways.
The sun behind her. It's just a fake light. Being like, no, I'm not 30 feet underground.
This is a sunlight. Well, I need it down here.
Every wall has like a different landscape. It's a beach. That's a mountain over there.
Yeah. And then the one wall with all the yarn connecting everything. Yeah, if you have a dog, it's different because I will say that the only social interaction we had that was consistent was with dogs in our neighborhood. And I realized I know every name of every dog in my neighborhood and I don't know anyone's name because you never ask them their name. You're always just like, oh, it's Joey. Oh, it's Silver. Oh, it's Murphy. And you're just like, oh yeah, humans are sort of secondary to that whole thing. So I feel like I got really close to some dogs this year, which was great.
That's nice.
I think that's very nice.
I was walking Gilly's dog Wilma one day, and a woman had a really funny pug, and I was like, oh yeah, let's let the dogs meet. And I was like, what's the dog's name? And then she asked me what my name was, and I was just like,
none of your business.
Yeah, fuck
not
off.
saying.
It was just like I did not see that coming. Where I was like, oh, we can do that.
Yeah, not saying, not saying,
not saying it. It's so strange.
Yeah, we all got weird in different ways, though.
we
did.
Sure did.
I do wonder, though, since I have been alone so long. Although, like, lately I've been, like, went on a trip here and there. But I was like, how crazy would I go fully isolated? Now, I have cats and television and, like I said, 3 podcasts.
Right.
So I do have a lot of... But I'm like, what would really happen to me? Let's guys, let's see.
What do you think would happen?
I would just probably get like extremely depressed at some point.
Yeah.
But like, I realized that at some time in the pandemic, I was like, I haven't been touched by a human in 10 months.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And even now, like, I feel like a big resistance to touching other people. Mostly pandemic stuff. But I'm like,
of course.
Someone like a stranger tried to hug me at like an outdoor birthday party, and I was like, I don't think we're doing that.
I know. I even still have to really. That's where I get into my like. Just trust that if I'm going to trust that I got vaccinated and masked in this place or whatever, I have to get used to doing that again of just not instantly trying to move 6 feet away from someone when I'm standing next to them.
Right.
And you're right. I'm married. I live with someone, and it still is weird to go out and have somebody even just like, hug you, and you're like, okay, yeah.
We're doing this.
That's what we used to do, and I'm okay. I'm vaccinated.
I'll tell you what, though, I went to visit family, and my mom is sick. She got all tests done. None of it is, COVID or flu or anything, because she got tested before, and she just is still not feeling well, so she got tested again. So it's just like some probably like allergy-induced sinus infection. But as soon as she saw me, she started kissing all over my face. I was like, "What are you doing? Stop it!"
Mom, stop!
You are slobbering all over me.
She like licks a napkin and like starts like cleaning you like old school mom style.
Get behind the door.
I know. I had a mom who like was so quick to just lick her thumb and get something off my face, and it's just like, Mom, I'm 40 now. Jesus.
Leave me alone.
I've seen moms when their babies drop a pacifier on the ground, they pick it up, stick it in their mouth and back in their babies.
I've seen that
That's
too.
gross in a few different ways. Let me talk about them.
I know. So yeah, you're just putting the germs in your mouth and then keeping the like you're double germing. You're doubling down on the germs.
A scary thing just happened on the other side of the room. The cats have a bunch of little fake mice toys, and someone just threw one under the door so that they can now try to reach in and get it.
Oh, like under the cell style.
But they like literally threw it under the door so that they could then be like, I can't get it. Idiots.
Wait,
I'm
have
not
you ever
helping
seen
you.
Idiots.
Do you have either of you ever had ghosty things happen in the places that you live in LA? Mm-hmm. You have.
Specifically in this room. So this is not my room. At the beginning of the pandemic, my roommate moved out. And so I made this room kind of like the guest room because I all of a sudden had 3 cats too, right? So the cats got the old podcasting room, and then I moved into this room that's a little bigger and set it up. And both roommates who lived in this room before have stories of waking up thinking there was like, sometimes she would say it was like a spider coming down, but a giant spider coming down. Ooh. And then sometimes I remember Ashley said she woke up and thought someone was in her room. She like woke up and she was already on her feet in a fight stance.
Whoa.
And like she saw like
Trying
a
to fight the
black
spider?
Well, it was like she said sometimes it manifests as like something like a black, but it's giant coming down, or a person standing in the room.
Oh,
And have you seen that or yet? Or
I have not seen that here. And in fact, in my bedroom, the roommate who used to live in there, she experienced the same type of like shadow thing, where it's not the traditional sleep paralysis shadow person. It is being awoken and feeling like something is coming for you.
maybe that's like the ghost of the improviser that's always trying to walk onto your scene, but is like lingering at the edge, and you feel it where you're like, just can you let me get this one thing out before
you already
tag me
missed
out?
your chance.
Yeah, you missed
come
it, dude.
on.
Please don't tag me out now.
It
Come
really,
on.
I just, yeah, all right.
I haven't
here
even
he
gotten
comes.
my idea out.
I know.
Okay, yep,
Yeah.
there we go. Cool, man.
You know, it's very arrogant of me is I feel like I haven't experienced that. I should knock on wood immediately. This
Right.
is not real wood, but I feel like I haven't experienced it because I'm like, well, I'm not letting that shit happen.
Yeah.
But now that I
Yes.
said it, I'm like, oh no.
You gotta clap, Marcy. You gotta clap.
This is my house. Hello.
I think you're funny. You're great. I
You're
really liked your
funny.
show.
Really funny and great.
You're really funny.
You're smart and clever.
And
Oh, man.
Betsy hasn't experienced anything because her head would explode and she would.
I think my head would explode. I love
Really?
everything, but I don't want to see any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, join us on the other side of people who now are seeing it all the time. I guess,
my
yeah, it is
God.
freaky. It is freaky. I was really scared. I couldn't sleep when I heard the voices. I really had trouble
right.
sleeping.
that is very unnerving.
Yeah.
Now,
That's so scary.
my neighbor always talks about there being a ghost in her house, and before she lived there, the other tenants told me about, oh, there's a ghost in there. Now, my current neighbor is not afraid of what is in there, but the ones previous were afraid.
Whoa. Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah, you know, this same person that we house sat for said that in his old house, he always knew that he said, I would never look behind me on the stairs because I would always know that there was someone there.
That's
And I,
very
yeah,
scary.
and I did not want to see it. He said he rented that house to a family, and the family after 6 months came to him and said, so you didn't really tell us about the thing in this house. And he was like, oh no, like what happened? And they said several times their daughter, who was like 4 or 5, had gotten out of bed and would just sit on the stairs talking to
oh
someone.
no.
And they would be
Greg.
like, who are you talking to? And she said, the man. And then I guess they saw, wait, how did this go? It was a house in Silver Lake, and they saw a picture of a bunch, I might be confusing like ghost stories, but it was something about, they saw a picture of the former owners, and the little girl was like, oh, that's the man. And it was, 60 years ago, and that couple had long gone. But yeah,
That's very spooky.
I know.
But what a gift to give if you are selling your home, a picture of you in the home. I think that is the coolest thing. Our friend Nicole has a house that is from the 20s, and when she bought it, there was a picture of the original owners having a Christmas party in the living room around this, and it was like one of those things. She was like, this makes it feel like it's such good energy because it's like a house where people enjoyed themselves.
Yes.
That is a great
But
idea.
it's very like a la The Shining at the end.
It
Totally.
is.
Totally.
But take a picture
or you leave
of yourself.
a picture of this is a picture of the worst fight that my wife and I ever got in, just in case that you ever have a fight. Like we had a really bad one too, and here's a picture of it.
Fine.
Yeah. She always got mad that I would set up the camera every time we were fighting, but I was we have to leave this for the person that's coming after us.
This is what starts the fight every time.
Yes. Yeah, the fight is me setting up an old-timey camera and getting under that curtain to take the photo. She hates that.
Hates it. Well, these have been spooky. Do you have other stories
so
to tell?
spooky.
Or
I think those are my stories. I feel like if I had more than that, I would feel like I'm maybe losing my mind here in 2021. It's been too ghosty.
Updated.
yes.
I will.
If more things that are happening too.
Yeah, I will. And I feel like maybe 2021 is really the ghost year. Just feels like it's coming on down. More sightings, more unbelievable things, and more to be honest, maybe it is the aliens. Maybe that's what it all goes back to.
Could be.
I think it's also something to be said about people being more aware of the world because they had to slow down a little bit too.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
not go.
Yeah, psychosis.
Yeah, and
too.
slow mass psychosis.
Well, if you don't have any other stories, may I play a listener story for us?
Yes, please.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey Marcy, hey Betsy, hey random creatures living on Marcy's front porch. I was listening to the pod and I remembered a good old story of mine. So I was an undergraduate at Harvard, and my roommate and I had moved into a new apartment at a new dorm room in Lowell House. And we had moved in, and we were a pretty small room. We learned that we didn't have any neighbors on one side, and we knew the guy that lived on our other side. And, after we moved in, we started hearing sort of odd things. Like, we'd hear people saying things, and, one of us would be alone in the room, or we knew we didn't have a neighbor that had a female voice, and so it was kind of odd that we would hear a woman. We also, our dorm was dominated by men, and so it really didn't make sense that we could hear a woman's voice in our room, especially, if one of us wasn't there. And so we kept hearing this voice, and we would notice that things would get moved around the room, and we'd ask each other, it was just the two of us, oh, did you move my, X, Y, or Z? And no, I didn't touch it. And we'd find in sort of an odd place. And so we came to joke that we had a ghost we called her Chrysanthemum. And so one day my mom was coming to visit, and she was in the bathroom, and the way it worked was there was a common room and then a bedroom and the bathroom. They were kind of all connected, one to the other. And my mom had been in the bathroom, and she had left the door open, and she heard someone come in and kind of yelled, oh, excuse me, I'm in here. So sorry, I forgot to close the door. And nobody answered. And so she kind of finished up and left the room and looked around, and nobody was there. So we hadn't told Mom about the Chrysanthemum, the ghost, yet, and my mom and I were going for a walk, and this was weeks later after she had come to visit, and I was joking about this ghost that we had, and she goes, well, sort of an odd thing happened when I was visiting you the other week. And I said, what happened? And she tells the story, and I go, well, that sort of lines up with what, my roommate and I keep experiencing. And sort of the clincher on all of this was I'm not religious at all. My roommate was Orthodox Jewish, and there was a Christian group on campus that would hand out flyers. And they'd put these flyers in this little envelope on our doors on the outside of the door. And we would always leave them out there. There's no need for either of us to bring them in. And one day we come in, and this pamphlet is sitting on our coffee table. And I think I threw it away. Neither of us thought anything of it. And then we get the next pamphlet, And it, again, appears on our coffee table for no reason. Neither of us are Christian. We would not put it on our table. And then eventually, the conversation comes up between my roommate and I about, hey, do you keep bringing these in? I'm not bringing these in. Why would I bring these in? I'm Jewish, And we realized these magazines keep ending up from our door onto our coffee table. Neither of us are bringing them in. And throughout the year, we lived there for the entire semester. These things kept happening. There was never a negative, ominous presence, but certainly one that really wanted us to read this Christian pamphlet, and one that was particularly ornery if we left the door to the bathroom open. But that is my strange Harvard ghost story. So anybody who lives in Lowell O Tower, entryway, if you ever run into chrysanthemums, say hi. And if you ever have a mysterious Christian pamphlet show up on your coffee table over and over again, it just might be chrysanthemum. Thank you guys so much. This has been my Harvard ghost story, and thank you guys so much for the pod.
Wow.
You just know that Ghost is always talking about how they go to Harvard.
Yeah.
I haunt Harvard.
I also went to Harvard.
I'm haunting Northwestern. That's pretty good, right?
Safety school.
Now, here is something that I just realized, because doesn't chrysanthemum mean Christ something? Wait. Whoa. Or something death.
Are you looking it up?
Christ Manson. Yeah. It means Christ
Oh, maybe
Manson.
not. Maybe it's Greek. It's derived from Greek, ancient Greek.
Okay. I'm looking it up,
I don't know.
too.
A lot of Greek stuff means Christian stuff.
That's it's probably exactly
Now,
something with Jesus.
Yeah, if you have an evangelical ghost, and it's definitely going to leave you a pamphlet. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Ghost is like, I need to tell you about the word of Christ.
I know, just slipping it under the door. Hey, we're really just a bunch of cool people that love hanging out. We also love Jesus, so I just want to leave you this pamphlet, but no pressure. It's like one of the no pressure, proselytizing.
Yeah.
No pressure. You've been here twice today. Yeah, no pressure, man.
No pressure.
There's free
I know we print this pamphlet a lot. Now, what do you all think about that, the moving of physical objects? Because I do have a problem with that, because then I'm like, well, if it's the physical world, things flying off of shelves and all that, for some reason, electricity I can buy.
Right.
But I like the things moving, or I heard another story of a guy that was doing a demonic, sort of like a satanic incantation, and a penny just fell into the middle of the room, and that he was like, it was as if somebody dropped a penny from the ceiling, and it just thumped in the middle of the floor.
Wow.
And I was like, what is that?
That was a penny from heaven. That was someone being like, no, that's not what we do.
Somebody making a wish up in heaven, please don't do that.
Don't do this.
And that's how I found out I lived in the bottom of a well.
Yeah. The third Matrix, the new Matrix, is all about Neo living in the bottom of a well, hitting him with pennies.
I am so excited for that.
Me too, actually.
But yeah, I also have a hard time with the objects moving, because I always think, well, no one's seeing it. Not a neighbor peeked through and was like, where the fuck is that pamphlet going?
Floating.
Yeah.
I think, though, they muster up enough energy and can move shit.
Or
I think it happens all the time.
Or that it just appears,
or it appears
that you don't see it. It just, oops, there it is.
It can use it just takes it just takes apart atoms and puts them back together in the form of a pamphlet.
A la Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
Willy
Factory.
Wonka did it.
Wonka Vision, yeah.
Yeah, that's
now, why is there a shadow moving behind you?
Oh my God, did you see something?
Is it a reflection of Holly walking in front of you? Okay.
Yes, Holly just came by. Oh, actually, Holly just this is actually really cute. She's listening as we're going, and she goes, oh, you gotta tell them the Sandra meditating story.
Oh, yes. Oh, you gotta tell us.
Is it a Sandra O?
Yeah, Sandra O. She's meditating on her acting and how good it is, but she's also a difficult personality on set, I've heard. So this one is just, we had a friend who lived in an old place in New York and was meditating, and she said she opened her eyes and she's just sitting at a table in her apartment, and everyone at the table is in like it's 100 years prior, like everyone's in like different clothes and everything. And she said everybody looked at her at the table and jumped. And then she opened her eyes, ghost. And she was back in the place where she was sitting. So she body jumped or something into, like, I don't know.
Right?
That phenomena is what I think is more likely happening with almost all ghosts, is that we are like slipping into a timeline that we aren't supposed to be. And then people are like just noticing the slip. And it probably happens all the time with little things. But it's just the recognition of the slip.
I didn't really watch Loki, but I watched the first few, and I did like that idea of many timelines being condensed into one, and then when they start to fractalize and go off on their own things, all this crazy shit happens. And I do think that's right. Yeah, maybe it's just like, if you do believe that all things are happening at one, like in the sort of multiverse sense, yeah, maybe it is just times when one multiverse crosses it with another in some way.
I mean, Matthew McConaughey had me just thinking different with that time. It's a flat circle.
Hey, y'all, it's just a multiverse. Let's play some bongos.
Man.
I hope he runs for president. I don't know why.
I think he just might.
I just feel like he can do it all, so why not try?
He can. Yeah, he's going to be a Republican, though, probably. He'll end up being like, hey, y'all, I am a Republican, but I'm one of the cool ones. And you're like, oh, man, we wanted you not to be.
Yeah,
but we're voting for you anyway.
Yeah, we're voting for you because honestly, really astounding that you have had the career that you've had, because we all thought you were going to kind of hang out in, those early rom-coms and adventure movies. And then, hey, look who showed up with the Lincoln Lawyer and Dallas Buyers Club.
And then literally selling Lincolns.
Yeah.
Yes. Does car commercials for Lincoln.
Yeah,
now,
he does.
Was that because of the Lincoln Lawyer?
I think someone at Lincoln, like I have a great idea. Matthew McConaughey, and they're like, wow, I never thought of that. And no one put it together until now that's why.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's going to be him versus The Rock in 2024.
You think The Rock's the Democrat? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have to make... Yeah, well, The Rock will also be like... It will just run two centrist Republicans against each other, and we'll have to decide between The Rock and Matthew McConaughey.
And then Woody Harrelson is like the third party candidate.
Yeah, and he's the Green Party candidate.
Yeah, people are really passionate about it, but you're like, there's just not enough people to make this happen.
Not enough charisma with Woody. Actually, that's a funny. Speaking of parents, one time my dad, The Rock's wife, was buying a farm near where I grew up, and my dad met her. This is like 15 years ago when they're now his ex-wife, and her name's Danny Johnson. My dad met her and walked her around this farm, and he goes, yeah, I met a pretty nice lady. She flew up from Miami. She said her husband's, this is the classic parent thing of like, says her husband does acting stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. Who is it? And he goes, I guess his name's Dwayne DeRock.
DeRock!
And I go, what? And he goes, yeah, she said he got about $10 million for his last movie. And I was like, what? There is no one named Dwayne DeRock that I've never heard of that got $10 million for a movie. And so I'm like on my computer. I'm like Dwayne. I'm like D''ROK. I don't know like what he's saying. And then finally I'm like, Dad, are you talking about Dwayne The Rock Johnson? And he's like, oh yeah. Yeah, that's who it was. And I was like, yeah, everybody knows who that is. But it's like, Dwayne DeRock.
Perfect parent translation of it, though.
Yeah, Dwayne DeRock said he got $10 million for a movie. I don't know.
My friend's mom painting a mural for a rapper, and she's like, oh, I'm working in the nicest man's house. His name is Mr. Pete. And she meant Master P. Mr. Pete.
Yeah, Mr. Pete.
You kids know it, Mr.
So
Pete.
Cute.
I like this. The Wu-Tang group. That sounds pretty good.
Oh, gosh. This has been really fun. And
This was so fun.
Glad you got that note to talk about Sandra Oh.
Yeah, Sandra Oh body jumping into another timeline.
Was a ghost at one point.
Yeah. Now we're going to see her really differently in how she approaches acting, just the ghost method.
Greg, tell everyone where they can find you and your work.
I think probably the best way is just social media, I'm at Hey Greg Hess. And then, check out Mega. I think you'll really like it. And these two fine hosts were so good. And in the past, both episodes have been in the past 6 months. They're so funny. So, and that's just at Mega the Podcast. And it's on all the podcast stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It is very fun. Thank you so much, Greg.
Yes,
Thanks, y'all.
you.
Thanks for bringing me over to the other side.
Oh,
Anytime.
we're stealing that.
See ya.
Betsy.
Marcy.
Greg was so fun to talk to.
The idea of what if it's kind of a glimpse into our future? These moments
It freaked me out.
freaked me out and blew my mind.
I get very scared about the evolution of man.
I do too.
I also don't know that we'll make it that far, but
I don't know either. But it is whoa, what is that? Because because everything else I'm very possible, and then I'm oh my god, very possible, very scary.
yeah. And all these fucking billionaires are going to ruin our humanity.
They already have ruined humanity.
I know. It's they've already set it in motion. It's dominoes falling, but we're guys, we might need to do something about this. It's going to take some concerted effort to stop what they've started.
Right.
Anyway, doom, gloom.
Anyway, whatever.
Oh, like we said,
Good fun chat.
go
with
check out
Greg.
Greg's podcast with
Yeah,
Holly.
listen to Mega. It's very fun.
I have a listener story to read.
Holy shit. Give it to me, baby.
Give it to me, baby. Okay.
Give it to me, baby.
This is called The Inevitability of E.T.
Whoa.
Hello, Betsy and Marcy. I love you both and the podcast so much, but I want to address something that's been bothering me since I first started listening 2 years ago.
Uh-oh, I'm scared.
The issue of extraterrestrials. Oh man, is this person gonna?
I thought it was going to be Betsy's voice.
Marcy, you are constantly racist. No. Okay, I'm worried about they're going to ruin our podcast, but let's keep going.
Okay.
So,
oh no.
My father is a Did I already say the issue of extraterrestrials? Yes. My father is a mathematician, and I grew up with a funny fact that he hurled at me constantly as a child. We can't prove that God does or does not exist, but we can prove that aliens exist.
Yes.
I don't have any specific abduction experiences. I'm a skeptic in that I believe, first and foremost, in provable science. Don't kill me, Marcy. What the fuck? Why would I? What?
Yeah, Marcy.
What
Marcy's getting
am
so
I
mad.
Anti-science? Do I not know something about myself? I believe in provable science. I just think we haven't proved everything yet. Anyway,
Exactly.
now I'm fighting with this person. I don't even know him. But I'd like to share with you some fairly conservative math. Oh boy, I should have said
Oh
this.
no.
This is
I hate math,
This
man.
is this. Honestly, this is my nightmare. This is
To be here, read some math.
yeah, Marcy, you don't even believe in math.
Okay, I'm gonna let me get a notebook out.
I'm gonna get.
Fucking do some math.
Good thing I'm
Okay.
sitting in front of my whiteboard.
Okay, I got a pen and paper. I'm gonna do some math. Okay.
Data
Let me
from
have
the
it.
Kepler telescope estimates that there maybe is.
Sorry.
Let me put
That's
my
my mind.
science believing voice. Data from the Kepler telescope estimates that there may be as many as 5 billion habitable planets in the Milky Way, our galaxy. Now, follow me on this one. If
Okay.
only 1% of those potentially habitable planets actually had the ability to sustain life, 50 million. That's 1% is 50 million.
Oh, they did the math.
You check it though. And if only 1% of those planets actually developed something akin to intelligent life, that's 500,000. And if just 1% of those were star voyaging life forms, our own galaxy would literally be teeming with thousands of advanced spacefaring civilizations. To further illustrate the mathematical impossibility of being alone in the cosmos, I present for you the 2003-2004 Hubble Deep Field photograph. It is a photograph. Here, I'm going to send this to you real quick, Betsy.
Send it to me. I'm writing everything down.
So far, I gotta say, I don't see where we disagree. Anyway, so I'm sending you the photograph.
Maybe they think that you just don't.
Have you ever heard me say anything that I don't believe in science
No.
or aliens? I'm so mad at this person. Anyway, for this photograph, NASA focused the Hubble telescope on what they deemed to be the darkest, least inhabited bit of sky. Technically...
That's so scary.
Oh, God, this is a hard word. Technically, 2.4 arc minutes to the edge or
let me write that
3.4 arc minutes diagonally.
4 arc minutes. Okay.
No H.
3.4 arc. A-R-K, right?
Yeah, Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark. Okay. So 3.4 Noah Ark minutes. Okay.
And then God said, this patch of space is approximately 1/10 of the angular diameter of a full moon as viewed from Earth. Standing on Earth, split the visual diameter of the moon into 10 pieces. We're trying to say it's small.
Teeny. It's teeny.
With that quote unquote dead space, scientists observed the above image and within it over 5,000 galaxies, not stars.
Isn't that teeny?
Galaxies, each just like our own Milky Way, even in what we think of as the darkest, most uninteresting end of the observable universe. The cosmos
still.
is literally teeming with life.
Marcy.
Try applying the math we talked about earlier to even this infinitesimally small patch of observable space, and you might just blow your own mind. Sometimes the skeptic scientist furthers the cause. Love you guys. Keep up the good work. Best Tally. Tally, what the fuck are you talking about?
Wow, that's wild.
When did I say I don't believe in science?
Wow. So it's just like there are just we learned that from Men in Black. There's a galaxy in that cat's necklace.
Absolutely.
Wow. Look, all those words. Oh yeah, let me see these.
Are
pics.
you so impressed that
You did. You made it sound
like I believe in science, right?
You believe. Yeah, Marcy, you made it sound like you believed in science.
Fuck
But
science.
let's go pray, because that worried me.
Dinosaurs were just big lizards.
Wow. And that's, what am I looking at? That's in the space that they're like, this is the darkest spot?
Yes, the 2003 to 2004 Hubble Deep Field photograph.
It's beautiful.
Is very beautiful. I was telling you earlier that I was in Alabama on a trip and in the middle of a rural area on a lake, and we went out on the lake at night, turned off the lights, and I could see the Milky Way, and it was so clear it looked like crowded with stars.
It's so beautiful. It really is incredible, because I remember like growing up in Colorado, there would be times like we would always every 3rd of July go camp up at like on top of Breck Ski Mountain. There was always a bowl that had snow. It was 4th of July bowl. It would always still have snow in it for 4th of July. And so we'd go up there and like party the night before, and then people would hike up and ski it in the morning.
Fine.
I never did because I was like, oh, fuck it. But I remember those nights of just being high up out of the city. It wasn't a city, out of the town, and just seeing the sky plastered.
I want to go somewhere with very little light pollution so I can see more sky. I love looking at stars. It's always,
incredible.
Since I was a little kid, been a stargazer.
Yeah, it's really fascinating.
I grew up in a pretty rural part of Louisiana. Not even a town. It's a community where I grew up. So it's not incorporated. And at night, we would play a game. My sister had friends that lived, I guess if you drove there, it would take about 5 minutes, but most of it was dirt roads. So they weren't really far away.
Right.
But they were like I don't know, maybe like a quarter mile away. And we would play a game of Spotlight where they'd be at their house and we'd be at our house, and we would just put flashlights up into the sky and like kind of
and see them.
Yeah, and fight the flashlights, kind of like just wiggling back and forth.
Awesome.
And just getting to see a lot of big sky.
A lot of big sky.
But
gotta go Big Sky, Montana.
I'm going to reread this because what part of this? I'm a skeptic that I believe first and foremost in provable science. Don't kill me, Marcy. I don't get it.
Maybe because
I believe.
Yeah, maybe they're like, I'm a skeptic.
Got it.
So ghosts and stuff, I don't know. Don't kill me, Marcy.
Got it.
That's it. Not that you don't believe in science, even though Marcy doesn't believe in science.
And if you do, furious.
Yeah, that's it. Of them being like, I'm a skeptic.
Got it.
Don't be mad at
Got
me.
it.
We're not mad at you, Tally. Thank you for sending that.
Aliens are the most obvious thing to believe in of the paranormal.
Yes. Yes. To where now? Are they even... Hey man, are they
you
even
freaking the fuck out?
Hey man, listen to this though. Listen, man. Hey, are they?
Calm down.
There's
a pile of shit all around you. You have.
Are they even paranormal now? What I'm saying? Fuck, man, they're there.
Yes, but what is the I think let's look at the definition of paranormal, which is denoting events or phenomena such as telekinesis or clairvoyance that are beyond the scope of normal scientific understanding. Maybe you're right that it no longer falls under the paranormal.
Huh?
Let's see. Should I ask Google, are aliens
paranormal?
I don't know if they are. I think at one point,
absolutely.
What I say, blogs.scientificamerican. I'm just going to read. It's an opinion piece, but it does say, the title says, should scientists take UFOs and ghosts more seriously? And to that, Leslie Keene, I say, of course, and I will not be reading this article. By John Horgan.
That's cool. It is wild to see, seeing how if 1% of that, it's still a shit ton. Oh, it's wild. It's crazy.
Wait.
That math was wild.
What is NSA? National Security Agency. .org.
Oh.
And they have a UFO and other paranormal related information. It says no records exist.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
You think I believe
dudes.
that?
Yeah, right, dudes.
Yeah, right.
You want me to read one?
Go for it.
I got one. This one is titled Sweet and Dour.
Wait, sweet and dour? Like D-O...
D-O-U-R.
Okay. Now I want Chinese food so bad.
Oh, dude, me too.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken.
Maybe
you
I'll
take
get
a
some
drumstick
chi
and
tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Here we go. You ready?
Always.
Hiya, girls. I am a podcast whore. But I whore out the most to your show.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you, little whore.
Thank you so much. I have had numerous paranormal experiences. What's that word?
I'm looking
Prescient? Prescient?
Yes, prescient.
Prescient dreams. What's that? What's prescient?
Look,
prescient?
I can pronounce things, but I'm not trying to define them.
Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta learn.
No, this is good. We're a learning podcast.
Having or showing knowledge of events before they take place.
Okay.
So premonition.
Okay.
Premonition. Prescient. Oh, prescient dreams. Prescient. Prescient dreams.
I love that we're pretty successful people, I would say, all in all. I'm not smart at all.
Oh, yeah. No way.
Or not intelligent. I'm smart and not intelligent.
Or not intelligent.
Yeah.
Prescient. We learned a new word. Prescient.
Yeah,
Prescient.
I learned about science being
Yeah,
fake.
we're learning. This is a big learning episode.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I've had numerous paranormal experience, prescient dreams, seeing shadow people, hearing voices calling my name in the dead of night. You know, all the usual stuff.
Typical.
Classic. But I've decided to zero in on two specific stories. One is sweet, the other is dour. See what I did there? And then, winky, laughy, yellow circle faces. Yeah. I'll share the sweet story first. Okay, here we go. When I was growing up, I had a cat named, it's probably Meowzette.
Meowzette?
Meowzette. She was named after a character in the animated film Gay Paris. That's funny. How come I've not seen these movies? She was very affectionate, loyal, and incredibly smart. When my family moved to Oregon in the early 90s, she rode in the cab of the moving truck all the way from LA to Portland. Whenever we stopped at a rest stop, I would let her loose to potty. She was having none of that leash. And she'd make a beeline for the bushes. I was fully aware of the high probability that she'd never come back, but she always came running anytime I called her. Oh, that's
my God.
Cute.
I spent half an hour looking for Buster last night, convinced that he had slipped out when I went to go close the gate.
Oh, no.
And then I was calling him I even got his favorite treats out, and I was like, he's gone.
Nothing?
Okay,
Where?
he's gone, and how do I move forward? I guess I got these other two cats. It'll be fine. He was just in my room. So I don't trust cats, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Anyway.
She loved sleeping at the foot of my bed, and it was not uncommon for her to jump on the bed in the middle of the night and walk across my body to get to her favorite spot, as if I wasn't even there.
That's how cats be.
She lived with me until my early 20s when I developed a cat allergy. Oh, that sucks. And moved into an apartment that did not allow pets. So she spent her last 5 years living with a family friend. Fast forward 10 years and I'm in my early 30s going through a very messy and painful divorce. I'm living with my small children in a tiny apartment with no pets. Shortly after moving into the apartment, I started having phantom cat experiences. The first time it happened, I was laying in bed trying to get to sleep when I felt something small jump up on the bed and start walking towards me. Based on the weight and size of the footprints, I thought it was a cat. There were a lot of neighborhood cats around, so I thought maybe my kids had let one in and it had been hiding until that moment. However, when I lifted my head to see what it was, there was nothing there. Oh, I got out of bed and searched all 600 square feet of the apartment, thinking the cat had probably jumped off my bed and was hiding somewhere, but I could find no animals whatsoever. This experience happened repeatedly over the entire 3 years that we lived in the apartment. I eventually realized it only happened when I was especially emotional and upset.
My God.
It stopped happening when the divorce was finalized and we moved out of the apartment. I came to the conclusion that it was the ghost of my dearly departed kitty coming to provide comfort and support when I needed it the most.
Oh my gosh.
That is, and that's the first story. Let's talk about the first story. Yeah.
I would be very afraid, though, if I thought an animal that I did not own were walking on me in the middle of the night. I would assume it's a raccoon coming to eat my eyeballs.
Seriously? Yes. Yeah, a starving raccoon. You know they want the eyeballs first.
They're so soft.
Get them out of there. But that is it would only happen when they were emotional and upset.
Yes.
That's such a oh, that's so nice.
It's so sweet. Now, Honey also, a few times, I try not to sleep with them in my room because they'll just wake me up all night. Also, I already have too much cat fur. I have to change my sheets like twice a week because there's so much cat.
Yeah.
There are just too many cats.
Whoa.
But
your hair's not even your hair. It's just cat fur.
It's just cat fur. It's disgusting. But Honey will hide in my room occasionally, and then she'll jump on the bed, and I'll feel her on top of me. And then when I go to look, she hides, so I don't even see her because she's terrified of me, yet will try to lay upon me.
Right. Oh.
Also, she does want me to scratch her butt lately. and then still runs and hides from me if she has to look at me head on.
Whoa, okay.
She's a feral idiot.
Whoa, honey. Okay, ready for the second story?
Yes.
Now, to cleanse your palate, something dour.
Okay, but do we know the definition of dour?
Yeah, it's like spooky.
I always think of like an old matron. Like the definition of dour is relentlessly severe, stern, or gloomy in a manner or appearance.
Where I live in the Pacific Northwest, there is a company called McMenamins. Sorry. McMenamins. Okay. They buy old buildings, schools, churches, theaters, etc., renovate them, and convert them into brew pubs, hotels, bars, and event spaces.
That's cool.
Hell yeah. One of their properties, Edgefield, is a 74-acre parcel of land that used to be the County Poor Farm. Rumor has it was also a mental institution at one point. And of course, it's haunted as fuck.
Of
Yay! The property has numerous buildings and event spaces and frequently hosts weddings. About 15 years ago, my brother got married in a building called the Power Station. Hell yeah. We're getting married in the power station.
Hell yeah. We have electric love.
Yeah. It's a 3-story brick building with a pub on the ground floor, guest rooms on the second floor, and an event space on the third floor. There are no restrooms on the third floor, so you have to go down to the second or first floor to use the bathroom. My son, who was 5 at the time, was their ring bearer. During the reception, he needed to use the bathroom, but didn't want to go by himself because the building creeped him out. So I escorted him down to the second floor and waited in the hall. The bathrooms and hall were completely empty since everyone was either at the reception or in the pub. Down the hall from the bathrooms, there was a big window built into the wall that looked down into the kitchen on the first floor. It was rumored that the kitchen had formerly been an operating room / shock therapy room when the building was a hospital.
Oh, shit.
And the window was installed for medical students to view operations and treatments. Cue Betsy's ew. Big time ew. Shock treatment. Fuck, man. Oh.
You know what? I get shock treatments on my butt when I go to the chiropractor, though.
Oh.
They put
And your
electrodes.
butt feels great,
Man,
right?
they put electrodes on my butt.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Apparently, that butt muscle on my right side barely works at all.
Oh, no.
I atrophied from sitting so much.
Oh, no. You got to move your butt. Move your butt,
Move my
Marcy.
buns.
As I waited for my son, I decided to meander over and see what the kitchen folks were doing. I stood there for a few minutes, then turned to head back down the hall. As I turned my head to the right, I caught a momentary glimpse of a short glance. I almost said, but it's glimpse.
I thought you were going to say
caught a
glamp, like glamping.
I went glamping. As I turned my head to the right, I caught a momentary glimpse of a short man in a hospital gown standing right fucking next to me.
No.
He was looking down into the kitchen with a sad expression on his face.
No.
I still remember the details of his appearance. Balding dark hair, dark eyes, dark-rimmed glasses, drawn face. I stood there stunned for a moment, then blinked, and he was gone. Just vanished. He had simply appeared, then disappeared. I rushed back to my son, who had already gone back upstairs, then hightailed it up the stairs myself. I told my sister-in-law, who is a Wiccan, about it, and she was not surprised. She said she had felt She said she had felt a spirit's presence. Okay, I got this. She said she had felt a spirit's presence.
Do you want to look up that word?
No, I know what felt means. She said she had felt a spirit's presence in their room on the second floor, and in fact, they had chosen that location for its supernatural reputation. Thanks for reading my story. I hope you like it. Stay awesome and don't ship your pants, Dawn. Wow.
I mean, that feels like something I would do. Choose a wedding venue based on a haunting.
I'd be weirded out if you didn't.
Yeah. Or if I marry someone living too, that'll be weird.
Yeah, that's gonna be you. If you marry somebody living,
You gotta object.
I will object, but I'll wait until the wedding to object.
Yes, of course. Make a scene, please.
Oh yeah, I will make quite the scene. That's great. Like to be like, this was like a hospital, and then to see it, like to just be like, I saw.
Yes. A ghost at a wedding that's in a hospital gown it feels like a mashup of things that don't belong together.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
Also, terrible design of a bill, or even choice to put the reception hall on the third floor where there's no bathrooms.
No bathrooms. That's dangerous. I bet those stairs are covered in poo-poo and pee-pee.
Gotta be. Classic wedding shits, you know?
Hey, sometimes weddings, you gotta shit a bunch.
Can I tell you something disgusting?
Of course.
I was recently on a plane and I didn't feel well. So
no.
I did the thing that no one wants to do on a plane. Number 2.
Oh, I've done
and I went to the nearest bathroom that happened to be in the middle of the plane. And I feel like it was even smaller than a normal bathroom. Very tight in there. I'm a fat lady on top of that. I was like, however shall I be able to reach my asshole? I am also out of practice because at home I have a bidet.
Oh, so, shoot. You got it. Marcy, it's like when they're like, when your car is sitting for a while, you got to drive it once a week.
I got to touch my butt.
You have to do that with wiping your ass, but at least once a week.
Here's the thing. Like I said, fatter than ever right now, harder to reach. I almost tore a back muscle trying to go from behind. I was doing acrobatics to wipe myself. And then in there, I said, I hate to be shamed into losing weight, but my new goal weight is wiping ass ability. I just got to get there, and that is all there.
That's a good goal.
Or I want planes to change. I would like planes to change and add bidets.
Yeah, that's the part you want to change, not making them a little bit bigger.
They'll never do that, but maybe
they won't.
Bidet. Oh.
Yeah, come on, planes, add a bidet.
It was dangerous. I did it, but I was like, nothing has ever been more challenging physically. I think that was my American Ninja Warrior moment.
Just crazy sweaty. And like, oh my God. Just coming out beat red, like, oh shit, I did it.
Because
I did it.
Smack dab in the middle of the plane. It was almost just stuck out there like a porta potty. There was people on 3 sides of it. I'm sure being what the hell's going on in there?
What is happening?
Bang, 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 bang.
Whoa, but you did it.
I did it.
Good job. You did it. We did it.
Oh God, what a great episode! I closed it out with my saga of my butthole. So,
dude, hey man, we got to talk about this stuff.
Hey, I'm just trying to raise awareness.
We're just trying to raise poo-poo awareness.
Poo-poo. Oh my gosh, I feel like we really did Greg proud by ending the episode this way.
I know, he was saying so much smart stuff. And I went, Marcy, tell the story. We can't wipe your ass.
We're doing difficulty.
Thank you for sending in stories and everything.
I'll honestly, no matter what you write, I will find a way to relate it back to myself in a humiliating fashion. So I appreciate all the emails.
That's the beauty pot. That's the beauty pot.
Even the ones that sort of insult me.
Oh, yeah.
I was being sensitive. It wasn't that insulting, Tally, so don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
We'll be cool still. It's fine. Thanks for sending in. Please continue to do so. We love it. It's our spookiest time of year now.
Ooh, spooky time. I'm so happy. I'm going to put my decorations up.
Oh my gosh.
It's such a good time. Wilma's going to freak out at some of these decorations.
Are you
I cannot wait.
Put a costume on her?
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Humiliate her.
Maybe one every day of October.
I think you should at least take a picture. You don't make her wear it for long, but get her in it for a picture.
Right. I put one of my bras on her the other day, and it was so funny, and she didn't not like it.
Betsy, I was just going to say you should make her be a Victoria's Secret angel.
Done.
You got all the parts. All you need is your bra and wings.
Oh, yeah, I have a bunch of wings. I'll put her in a bra and send you a picture.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I want to see her. All right, guys.
Okay.
We really went all over the place today. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy. And don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.